All right, who is thankful and hungry? Who is thankful and hungry? Good boy, that's yours, good boy. This week, Thanksgiving is going to the dogs. Yes, about right now you might be planning your big Thanksgiving meal with the roast turkey and stuffing and all the trimmings. But what about your dogs? What are they going to eat for Thanksgiving? Well, they'll probably get a few scraps, but today I'm going to show you how to give them something even better. I'm going to show you how to do a Thanksgiving dinner for your dogs that you can cook in 20 minutes or less. Yes, here's what we're gonna make. Okay guys, so what we're gonna cook today involves only 4 ingredients. And yes, of course, there's turkey. We're gonna start with some ground turkey. And then we are going to have some peas, potatoes, and what would Thanksgiving dinner be without some gravy? So these 4 ingredients are what we are going to use, and this is how we're going to make it happen for a Thanksgiving feast for your dogs. So yes, we are using ground turkey, and unlike a big turkey that you'd be roasting in the oven, this stuff cooks really, really quick. And similar to what we did a few weeks ago when we made ground beef, the first thing we're going to do is just brown this in a pan. Now, because this is really lean, I do like to add a little extra oil at the bottom to kind of coat that pan. That's going to keep things from sticking, and it's just going to help this, this brown a little bit better. So let's brown some meat. Okay, for this, I am again just using, this is a basic 3-quart saute pan. So any kind of medium to large size pan you have is going to work great for this. My only recommendation is that it has maybe some higher sides, and if you have a lid for it, that's going to work out even better because in the end we're going to kind of let this simmer. But first things first, let's brown our meat. So we're going to heat this over about, let's say, medium. We're just going to get this pan warm, and again I'm using a little vegetable oil to coat the bottom of this pan. So I'm just going to put, I'm just eyeballing it, but we'll say about a tablespoon or 2 of oil on the pan. And we'll just kind of coat the bottom here and let this warm up. And now we will simply add the meat. Okay, so put this in the pan, and right now we're going to kind of mash it up. And we'll let this cook until it literally starts to brown. That's all you're doing when you're browning meat. It's exactly what it sounds like. You are making it brown. So here we go. This is going to take just a few minutes, maybe about 5 or 6 minutes. One of the keys to successful cooking, and one of the first things you learn in culinary school, is always thinking about what you're going to be doing next. So I know that in a few minutes I'm going to add the peas to this meat. So what I'm going to do right now is measure out those peas. And I'm just using some frozen peas for this. If you have canned peas, that's fine too. I like frozen because they tend to be a little bit greener, a little brighter, and just a little bit fresher. But use whatever you have. So I'm using some frozen peas here, and I'm going to measure about a cup. We're only about 2 minutes into the cooking process, and our meat is already getting nice and brown. So again, just kind of mash it up, and you're going to see it turning from pink to kind of a grayish color, and this is exactly what you want. Now, like usual, when I'm cooking food for dogs, I stay away from heavily seasoning it. So if you're cooking this for yourself, you'd probably add maybe some salt and pepper, garlic, things like that. But since this is going to be for dogs, I like to keep it a little more on the plain side. Okay, it's been about 4 minutes and our meat is getting nice and brown. At this point, I'm going to add the peas. So we're just going to add a couple peas. right in here. And these are frozen again, so this is going to bring down the temperature of the pan, but that's all right. It'll come back up really quickly. And again, we're just cooking this over about medium heat right now. Okay, now for the potatoes. Again, I want this recipe to be as easy on you as possible. You're already going to be doing enough for Thanksgiving, so cooking for the dogs should be really a joy and quick. So because of that, I'm using just basic potatoes in a can. These are sliced potatoes. Now, of course, if you have potatoes already cooked, you can add those in, but for total easiness, here we go, canned potatoes. And just like with the peas, I'm going to measure out about a cup. Okay, and we're not even 8 minutes in, and our meat is pretty much cooked. It's nice and browned. So I'm going to add the potatoes right now. And just kind of cut these up with a spatula. And we want to make these into nice bite-sized pieces. This smells really, really good. I gotta be honest with you, I was making this kind of a trial run about a week ago, and it was so good that my wife and I actually ended up eating about half of it before the dogs could get some, because it was so good. We were just kind of like devouring it. So cook this recipe, and I guarantee that you're probably gonna like be eating some of this too, because it's really, really good. Okay, and finally gravy. We're about 10 minutes in. Everything is pretty much cooked at this point. But okay, we can't have Thanksgiving dinner without gravy, and this is gonna be like the X Factor. Your dogs are gonna devour this, and again, you probably will too. So again, just to be easy on everyone, I am using some basic gravy in a bottle here. You can use whatever kind you like, but this is just some roasted turkey gravy. So we're just gonna pop this open, and I'd pour about a cup, but you know, use your best judgment. Use as much or as little as you like. Just kind of pour this in. This smells so good right now. And just kind of move this about. This is going to give this nice moist factor. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Okay, so we're just going to kind of coat everything. And now just put a lid on it. Turn the heat to low and let this simmer for like another 5 or 10 minutes. And you are going to be done. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes and we are done. So let's see what this looks like. Again, I wish you could smell this. Oh my gosh. This is done, but again, if you're ever not quite sure, use a food thermometer and make sure the turkey is cooked to 165 degrees. That's when you're absolutely sure it's done. But the beauty about ground turkey is that it cooks really, really quick. So this is done. For serving purposes, I will let this cool to about lukewarm and then serve it to the dogs. Of course, refrigerate the rest and then reheat it in a microwave to about lukewarm. Serve it to your dogs. You can serve it to them as is, or you can mix it in with their kibble to kind of get them used to eating human food, just like all the recipes we make here on Barking Good Chef. But here it is, guys. Ground turkey, peas, potatoes, and gravy. This is a feast for your dogs, Thanksgiving style. We will feed it to ours here soon. Thank you for watching. Really, guys, this is, speaking of Thanksgiving, thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and we'll see you next time when we are cooking up another feast for dogs.